You're watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
The Topeka Family and Friends Juneteenth celebration is underway with more events this weekend and all throughout next week, too. Here to fill us in are Carol Williams and the new Miss Juneteenth, Sanaya Davis. Welcome, ladies. Appreciate you being here. Sanaya, I want to start with you. You were crowned last weekend.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself. Where do you go to school?
Well, recently I graduated last year in December from Highland Park High School. I graduated early. Right now, I currently just got enrolled in Wichita State. I'm actually coming back from orientation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
So-
was a long trip.
It's a sort of Wichita State colors you got going on.
Yeah.
I understand now. Why did you want to pursue becoming Miss Juneteenth? What does this mean to you?
Well, my answer always kind of differs because, like, as I go throughout the process, kind of like, oh my God, I didn't know that. You know, I learned more about myself and how I'm feeling about certain situations. So it really does feel good. I'm glad that I was chosen to represent Kansas.
Absolutely. And Miss Juneteenth has a lot to happen in the next couple of weeks because, Carol, how extensive is this celebration for Topeka? And really, how proud are you to see how much it's grown over these past several years?
Melissa, it's a lot lined up, starting with the pageant. Tomorrow's the parade. The Juneteenth committee. This year, I believe they've collaborated more with different agencies, with churches. Like I said, the parade is coming up. They have some youth nights. They have a Black Dollar Days, and that's in conjunction with the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. And that's an opportunity for people just to come out and support Black-owned businesses. They have a scholarship dinner. It's the Juan Poppy Abbott Scholarship Dinner. That is on what day?
I have it written down here. June 15th.
June the 15th.
That one is at June 15th.
The location is different from what's listed. It's now at the True Light Baptist Church. Kids have written papers to get a scholarship, to be presented the scholarship. So that's a big deal. They have the gospel extravaganza, but the big celebration on the 17th, we want everybody in the city to come out.
It's the big
Juneteenth
community
committee has
day.
worked hard. And I think it would be great if we could get the community support.
How much does community play into all of this? What do you want people to learn and experience when they come to these events?
I think the committee wants people to learn more about Juneteenth, learn more about why it's a federal holiday, why it's important enough that the federal government said we need to recognize this day. As I've stated before, people think it's just for African Americans. It's not. It's a federal holiday. We want people to come out and learn. It's about learning about culture. It's about fellowship. It's about freedom. It's about unity. It's about so much more. And we want people to experience that.
I think it's amazing what you do. What is your message to people when you go and you say, this is why Juneteenth is important to the younger generation?
Honestly, a lot of people in my community don't even know what Juneteenth is, so I'm glad that I can be the one to put forth effort to make sure that they know about their own history and their ancestors and their background. There's been multiple times where I've worn this in the crown because I was leading a different event, and people wanted to take pictures and ask about what Juneteenth is, what does hash mean and stuff like that. So I'm glad I was given that opportunity.
Well, it's a great blessing to everyone to have you on board as well. Let's go through some of the events because this is just some. So tomorrow is the parade through downtown Topeka. 11 a.m. is the parade. You can also then gather for food and music at Cushionberry Park on Southeast 15th. The youth night you mentioned, that's June 12th at Bentley Park on Southeast Jefferson. There's a Taco Tuesday at Betty Phillips Park on the 13th. And then as we continue, you mentioned the big events coming up next weekend, June 17th. Noon to 10 p.m. The community celebration over at Hillcrest Park and Community Center. The gospel celebration is the next night, June 18th, starting at 3 o'clock at St. John AME Church. And then Freedom Day, Juneteenth, Freedom Day, 5 p.m. Head to the Black History Museum at 1149 Southwest Lincoln. And these are just a few of the events. I'm going to put up the full schedule and links on our website. Carol, Sanaya, thank you so very much. I appreciate you both being here. And have fun. Enjoy the experience. It's fun to get to know your community.